What's up YouTube? My name is Crypto with Nick and I am a DeFi investor and crypto enthusiast. This is actually my first video here on YouTube, so if you're watching this, thank you so much. My main goal of this channel is to onboard as many people possible into decentralized finance or DeFi. I realize it can look really confusing and scary sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. To learn how to get started in decentralized finance or DeFi, we first have to start with MetaMask, the most popular wallet to interact with all of the applications out there. I made a quick list of topics we're going to cover throughout this video, and there will be timestamps, so if you're familiar with some of this, feel free to just skip ahead, but I really recommend watching the whole video as I think you'll get a ton of value out of it. We're going to start with setting up a MetaMask for the very first time and talk about some of the best settings you should turn on or off. We're also going to talk about how to access other ecosystems like Avalanche, Phantom, Polygon, and bridge your funds to them. Alright, so I'm really big about just diving right into things. So let's go over this first one, how to install a MetaMask wallet. So I've got Firefox up here and I went ahead and visited metamask.io and we're going to click this download button. When you come here, you'll see you have many choices. You can do Chrome, Firefox, Brave, Edge. You can even do iOS and Android, which I recommend later. So let's go ahead and download this for Firefox because that's what I'm using right now. We'll just go ahead and click this install for Firefox. It will bring us to this page. We can add the Firefox. Go ahead and click accept or add, and then great. It's going to be in the top right corner now as a plugin. All right, so this screen should pop up. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to see a new wallet here. So we don't really have a wallet yet. So let's go ahead and say, yes, let's get set up and create a new wallet. This is just asking if you want to help improve the product with like analytics. It doesn't really matter. Click agree, don't agree. And then now set up a password. I'm going to pick one really quick and go ahead and agree to the terms of service. This is a great video set up by the MetaMask team on how to protect your seed phrase. Definitely recommend watching it, but let's go over some tips of my own. When it comes to your seed phrase, they are the kings to your kingdom for protecting your crypto. Never give out your seed phrase. I promise you, it will never be needed by a support admin. It will never be needed for a NFT whitelist, right? Nobody should ever need your seed phrase. Never enter it into another application, right? Treat this very safely. And when you reveal these words, go ahead and store them offline, right? Write them down physically on a piece of paper. Do not have these on your desktop. Do not have these on your iCloud. I promise you, you'll thank me later. All right, so I'm going to reveal my seed phrase for the sake of this video. Again, never show anyone this. So let's click on mine. So I've got a bunch of words here. I'm going to put them in a notepad so that we can do the next step together. So for this step, you have to confirm your secret phrase, and this is just to make sure that you wrote it down correctly. All right, so I have all 12 of my words. Let's go ahead and try to confirm this. Awesome, congratulations. That means we have the right order. Let's click done. So now we have our MetaMask wallet. Now you need to fund your wallet with Ethereum, and that's because the Ethereum mainnet uses ETH to process all transactions. So you can go ahead and transfer Ethereum from something like Coinbase or KuCoin or even Binance. But if you don't want to do that, you can also buy Ethereum using MetaMask itself. All we have to do here is come to this buy section. And you can see here, you can buy ETH with Wire. You have some other options. I would probably just pick Wire, and it opens up a new page. You can go ahead and put in your information. There is a network fee because the Ethereum network is very expensive. Once you get some ETH in your wallet, now let's go over some of the best settings that you should configure. You can click this top right section up here and just click settings. So you have some choices here. There is a currency conversion. Since I'm a United States resident, I like to use USD, but of course, so many options in here from so many different currencies. You can also click this button here that says hide tokens without balance. Really recommend this. As you use DeFi, as you use all these ecosystems, you could have dozens or hundreds of tokens added, and it really just kind of clutters things. So recommend turning this on. So on this page, a couple options under advanced, which is reset account. So if your transactions get stuck, it's really helpful to reset your account. This doesn't reset your funds or your seed phrase, right? A little bit out of scope for this video, but just know that it exists. Something else that I really like turning on is advanced gas controls. This is really helpful when interacting with some of these applications. All right, let's go to the next section, which is contact. So if you find yourself transferring money a lot, maybe back to Coinbase or a friend, go ahead and create a contact. Makes it super easy. All right, so let's go into security and privacy. If you ever lose your seed phrase, you could technically reveal it here. You have to type in the password for your wallet, but definitely recommend do not lose it. The last section here is network. So by default, we're on the Ethereum mainnet, and we're going to go over on how to add other networks like Avalanche, Phantom, and maybe Polygon. All right, great. Now that we have our MetaMask set up with the best practices applied, let's talk about how to add a custom token contract, because if you're new to using MetaMask, this can be really confusing. So by default, you can see on our wallet that we have Ethereum here, but there's really no other coins. Like, what would happen if we wanted to send USDC? Well, we would be able to send it successfully, but it wouldn't show up on this screen. So let's talk about how to add that. The first thing we're going to want to do is go to the scanner, which would be etherscan.io, and we can search up actually USDC. And it will just pretty much be the first one most of the time. And there's this contract address here. So let's go ahead and copy that contract address. When you come back to your wallet, you can click right here, import coins, and we're actually going to import this custom coin and add this contract. You can see here now we have USDC, which is great. But you'll notice it doesn't show underneath because remember, we turned on that one setting to hide token balances if it was 0. So all we have to do is turn it off if you want to go ahead and see it. And there it is. And now let's kind of go over the next part, right? Because Ethereum's very expensive. Unless you have a portfolio size of anywhere between 100,000 to 1 million, Ethereum is just really not viable for DeFi because there's so many transactions and the Ethereum gas fees are so much. So we're going to talk about how to actually add RPCs for other major ecosystems. Let's go over Avalanche and Phantom. So if you go ahead and click on your wallet, there is this button here to click add network, and you can fill in all these details. A lot of people will tell you to Google the details and fill them in, but there's a much easier way that I want to take you through. So this is TraderJoeXYZ.com. It is the #1 exchange on Avalanche. And you can see here, we can connect our wallet. And when we try to connect our wallet, it's going to say that we're on the wrong network, and we can switch to the Avalanche chain. And when we go ahead to switch to the Avalanche chain, right, it provides us all those details, and we can just click approve and switch network. And now when we look at our MetaMask, we have the available options of the Avalanche C-chain and Ethereum. And we can do the same thing to add the Phantom ecosystem. This is spiritswap.finance. Don't worry about these links. I'm going to include them all in the description. And you can see here, we can connect our wallet, our MetaMask, go ahead and click connect. And again, it will say that we're on the wrong network. So we can add the Phantom network and switch it. Now that we've added the Phantom and Avalanche networks, you might be wondering, how do I get my money from the Ethereum mainnet to Avalanche? Well, there's two ways. We can actually use a centralized exchange, or we can use a bridge. So let's kind of go over a centralized exchange first. I think it's a little bit easier. A lot of major exchanges allow direct withdrawals to these ecosystem. So Coinbase Pro actually allows a direct withdrawal to Avalanche using Avalanche tokens. So if you have USD, you can use this order book here and buy Avalanche tokens. Then what you can do is you can come up here to your portfolio, click this withdrawal button. And from this list, what we can do is select the Avalanche dropdown of these AVAX tokens. We'll go ahead and click this crypto address. And when we do that, you can see here, it says enter an Avalanche address. So let's go back to our MetaMask really quick. If we go on our MetaMask, we can see here our wallet. We can just copy to clipboard and go ahead and provide that. And we'll click use this address, and bam, it's a valid address. Now we can withdraw Avalanche tokens from Coinbase Pro directly to the Avalanche ecosystem. And Gate.io has very similar options. You can see here, I can search USDT or other ones and withdraw to things like the Binance Smart Chain, to Solana, Algorand, Polygon. Now that we've gone over on how to actually use centralized exchanges to withdraw to these ecosystems, let's talk about how to bridge, right? What if you already have money on Avalanche and you want to get over to the Aurora ecosystem? First thing we might need to do is we actually can't bridge Avalanche tokens from Avalanche to Aurora. So we need to do a swap into something probably like Ethereum or a stablecoin. And if you're ever looking for which projects exist on these ecosystems, come to this website. It's called DeFi Llama, and it's going to let you know of all the most popular projects. And you can see here, #3 is TraderJoe. So let's go ahead and visit TraderJoe so that we can swap our Avalanche tokens to something like a stablecoin. So I have it here. I'm going to make this quick swap of just $5 for the sake of the video. So let's go ahead and do a confirm, and let's confirm this. All right, great, fantastic. It says our swap has completed for $4.50 USDC. So let's go ahead and visit one of my favorite bridges. This bridge pretty much supports almost every major ecosystems. Again, I'm going to put all these links in the description. This bridge is called the Synapse Bridge. So we want to go from Avalanche to Aurora. So first thing we have to do is approve the spend of USDC. So it goes ahead, it's going to cost us 11 cents. That's fine. Let's go ahead and confirm this. So now that we've approved the ability to bridge USDC, we actually have to approve one more contract of bridging the token itself. So we are going to get some slippage here. We're going to get about $98 for our $100. And I think it's the same. I think if we increase this to $1,000, it'd be $998. And again, 10,000 would pretty much be the same thing. So let's just bridge this $100. Again, it's going to cost us another, this is about 11 cents or so, give or take. So let's confirm this. So there's a lot of different bridges out there. Bridging sometimes can take minutes and even hours depending on which chain you're going to and which chain you're coming from. You can see here we had about 2 confirmations. Oh wow, it's already done. So right now we're waiting for the tokens to be credited on Aurora and then we can start using them. If you ever decide to bridge anything outside of, let's just say, stablecoins, Bitcoin, ETH, make sure there's always liquidity in the bridge. Sometimes you might run into situations when you try to just bridge some random coin and there's actually no liquidity on the other end and you wind up just having to bridge it back. And if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. It would mean so much to me as my channel is brand new and I really want to reach as many people as possible so that way we can all learn DeFi together. All right, so now it looks like the bridge has completed. It says bridging completed on Aurora. So let's go ahead and check our Aurora. It says right here we have no USDC, but remember, we have to add that token contract. So let's just do that one more time. All right, so I went ahead and added it. I just added a couple contracts overall. So now I have USDC. We have that $100. I had about 13 already in there. So we have about $113 now. And that wraps up the video. We went over so much today. We went over how to install MetaMask, how to go ahead and bridge to other ecosystems and add new RPCs. But stick around because the next video is an intro to Aave and Curve, which are 2 of the most powerful DeFi applications. And if you watch this video and you're still a little confused, like don't worry, go ahead and join my free Discord. I'm super active in there. Follow me on Twitter, shoot me a message, right? Let's make sure we get you going. Welcome to DeFi, cheers and happy farming out there.